Hello everybody and welcome to the Action Figure Atorium. My name is Mark Major. I'm a real big toy collector here in Southeast Portland, and look at the production value of this show. It's just like watching a real show, isn't it? Today is going to be a customization video. I'm going to be showing you guys a special vehicle I have made. This is something actually that I started way back in 2023, and I technically finished in 2023 with one small detail that I was not able to get right. It was a decal that's supposed to go on the license plate of a vehicle that I'm making, as well as one on the hood. I did this thing called the reverse transfer, where you print backwards on a piece of paper, you use some clear spray on the paper and the thing you're trying to spray it on, you connect it, you wipe it away, and it didn't work. They seem to work better on die-cast metal, not so great on plastic. So I figured, okay, well, we'll tackle that in the future, and I never got around to it. But I thought, you know what? These are the kind of people that they want to see the cool stuff. And so I decided that since this thing has been sitting around in pieces for a couple years, let's button it up, let's put it together, and let's show this thing off. What I'm talking about is the Taco D2 taco truck. And you're probably wondering who Taco D2 is. Well, let me tell you, people. You're going to find out today. So everybody come together, strap on the leather, and hold on tight. So let's begin with who Taco D2 is. So for those of you that don't know, if you go to the Disney parks and you go to their little Star Wars attraction called Galaxy's Edge, within there is a gift shop. And within the gift shop, there's a little section called Build-A-Droid, B-A-D, not Build-A-Figure, Build-A-Droid, okay? Bad, as I like to call it. And what it is it's just a bunch of like little parts that you can assemble into astromechs or protocol droids, and they are the 3.75 scale. They're like vintage collection scale, and they give you a little clamshell to put your action figure in, and the clamshell also has some stickers in it that allow you to put on the little title so as to make a name. And so I acquired one of these Build-A-Droids, this guy right here, and I got him from a Goodwill in El Paso, Texas. I don't know if that has any kind of influence on it, but he came like this, red and white droid with a sombrero and the name Taco D2. So I guess we should probably check him out, since, you know, this is the kind of thing that is worth looking at, right? Here we go. This is the guy. You know, close-up of him, since, you know, he is going to get a very special vehicle. So after I got this guy, and I had him for a while, and I thought, well, he's kind of a cute dude, but he needs a little something extra. You know, a droid without a something is just a droid. And I figured this guy would be better served if I made him, let's just say, a taco truck. And that seemed like kind of a worthy adventure to go on. And so I took one of my Shopkins, and that would be this right here, one of my Shopkins ice cream trucks. And these things were for a while quite available at all the Goodwills by me. You could, and thrift stores, you could get these things for a couple bucks each. Managed to pick a few up. You can see it's the perfect little building block that someone like Taco D2 could purchase, and he could gut, and he could turn into his own taco truck. So we're going to pull up the finished product right now and get a look at it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into some stills I've got of each of the sides, so we can get a little bit more in depth with kind of the cool diorama pieces that I had to make for this thing. But for the most part, it just got a real simple repaint of a red and white. You can see that, yes, I did remove that weird goofy spoon on top and replaced it with the sombrero. The sombrero was actually strangely gifted to me by a friend who, he will remain anonymous, but let's just say for the sake of the video, let's just call him Casey Betts. So Casey Betts gave me this sombrero, and it's one of these little hats that a human can actually wear. And I said, nah, I'm not part of this like little hat community. It's not happening. But it fit perfectly on the taco truck. So if we want to get into a little bit more of detail on this thing, here is the menu that I made up for it, and you can see that I've called it the cart a la carte, which I thought that was pretty funny. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. It's not that funny. And you can see all the different things you can get. And of course, I made a little, it's got his own version of Taco D2 on the menu. And here's another shot, sort of looking down. We've got some lettuce, which may or may not have been made out of some green masking tape, just saying. There is what could be shredded beef made out of some chopped up little bits of foam out of the trash compactor. But since this is kind of the Star Wars universe, maybe this is what they eat. And then what could be cheddar cheese or maybe even chips is actually just kind of cut up pieces of plastic. And maybe it's actually just supposed to be cut up pieces of plastic. Of course, we've got this Barbie skillet that I have repainted to look cast iron. And the way you do that, you take some black acrylic paint, you mix in some little bits of either coffee grounds or some ground up tea, mix it together and you splash it on and it all looks kind of gooey and terrible, which I love. And I also really love the fact that I was able to flip the stovepipe upside down, so now it looks like it's got kind of a vent for the grill. I really love that. Going to the other side, look at this. Got some little tiny cardboard boxes that you glue some popsicle sticks to the outside and you're able to make crates. Of course, if you're not putting linseed oil on your little crates, you're doing it wrong. Some soda pop cases there left over from the Five Surprise Mini Mart, which I happen to have picked up 2 of them so that I could make a Super Mart out of them. Love that idea. Of course, there's the menu behind it. Now for the ice, check this out, people. This is maybe the greatest hack, and this is why you should be watching the show. This is why you should be subscribing. These are your how-tos for dioramas. Where do you get little bits of ice at? Well, you take a glue stick and you chop it up in little bits. But the best way to do that is have a candle nearby and heat the knife on the candle, because you're going to get about 3 slices per heating, right? You heat it up, slice 3 times, reheat it, slice 3 times, keep going until you're out of glue stick, but it looks great. There's also a little bit of foam at the bottom of the crate, sort of the, because it's not full of ice, that would be stupid. And this is basically his kind of drink menu. On the other side, the phone number, I don't know where that goes, don't call it, don't know anything about it. Front, not going to say much about it on the fact that I had to take out that stupid weird hunk of plastic that they had in place of seats, and I just put down some white suede on the background. I am not quite finished with this. We're going to go over what needs to happen next, but I do like the fact that I had some little bull horns that I was able to put on the front. And of course, here is it in action. Now, this is not the greatest neighborhood that Taco D2 is operating out of. Look at who his clientels are. A lot of these guys are junk bots, right? Have you seen the junk bots before? If not, I got a video where I talk about them. So that is why Taco D2 has an armed guard near a security guy, if you will, has an armed guard protecting the taco truck. But everyone is being really peaceful today, and the tacos, let me tell you, they are particularly delicious. Now, a couple things that are going to happen. This is the Taco Truck 1.0. In the second version, which I'm going to keep going with it, we're going to work on the wheels. We're going to paint them up. We're going to get them a little bit juicier. They are a bit kind of underwhelming. Also, the cab. I need to find a seat for it. It needs to look cool, and there needs to be some kind of fuzzy dice hanging. Who disagrees with that? I think you would agree with that. And also, I got to finish up the decals. So I did manage to pick up some clear decal sheets that I'm going to be printing out. I'm going to be adding the decals to it. We're going to get this thing awesome. Also, it's going to probably go through another fine touching of some details on the paint job. I think we need to make it look a little bit more beat up. I don't know what you guys think, but I think it's a little, and it looks pretty tough. I think it's still a little too clean. But here's the thing. Here's what I want to know. I've got some more of these Shopkins ice cream trucks. In fact, quite a few. Let me show you. Just to give you an idea of how many I have, okay? You see this? This is what we're talking, people. We've got some Shopkins. All right, so let's make an entire food court. Let's do a lot of these food pods. Let's get this thing going, but what should I make next? What should be the next cart that I convert into a kind of cool food truck? Let me know. And best comment, that's right, you could get a Taxman working shirt. So with that, thanks to everybody who made it this far into the video. Always appreciate it. And of course, you guys know the routine. Stay charged.